Hey everybody, it's the Awesome Pod. Johnny Taylor here. I am here with Gringo Fantastico
What up?
and Diana Prince. Diana, how are you?
I'm amazing.
She's amazing. Are you in LA or are you on the road right now, Diana?
I am in LA for a minute.
In LA for a little bit. You guys all got together and had dinner. I was not there. I hope it was fun.
Yeah, it was a great time. We had a blast.
Did we?
Uh
I would hope so.
dang.
I did.
Diana straight up
I
said,
mean,
did
Indiana
we?
Jones was on in the background, so that was cool.
All
Damn,
right.
I feel very low
Yeah,
now.
I know. I know. Diana's all, what's that fun? I didn't notice.
I kid.
I
She's
know.
she's kidding. She's roasting you. Let's talk about it. Let's just get right into it. We'll
We
talk.
have a lot to catch up on.
We have two shows to cover. Let's talk about Dynamite first and foremost. It straight out of the pay-per-view. I don't think anybody wanted to see John Moxley, so of course they're going to throw him out there first. They were like, the last thing I want to see is that bastard John Moxley. But
The King of Kings, as Nigel called him.
yeah, I think Triple H is like, hey, I think they called me that.
Oh well, Moxley earned it clearly.
Yeah, much more worthy. Moxley's like, this is my life's work. It won't be bought or sold. He sounded like he literally had gargled with razor blades before this promo. He does diss the Young Bucks. He's trying to disassociate himself with them. He's like, they stumbled upon a board and don't even know what game they're playing. I'm like,
Ew, did he say that?
yeah, he
Lame.
he must have read a book of riddles before he went out there. And I don't know, but they throw him in there directly into a match against Shibata. And this is kind of Shibata did get a sleeper on Moxley, but it's a quick one. And he ends up choking Shibata out in like 4 minutes. But the main thing is this is when the Young Bucks come out. And they're like, hey, we are friends, right? Like, you don't hate us. We're cool. They claim they saved the AEW for Hangman Page. And then they kind of tease, imagine the Death Riders and the Elite as one.
No.
God.
Let's not do that. And then Kenny Omega interrupts. And this is a pretty hilarious promo from Kenny Omega. He's like, he acts like they were dogs. And they were he's all, you were all over the house when I was gone. Which I thought was I don't think I've heard pooping in a promo for a minute. He does accuse the Bucks of almost killing AEW. He also makes this funny cuck chair.
Yes, hero for that shit.
Which I thought was hilarious. I loved Matt Jackson's look on his face. He was like,
How did you know?
That's that was between you and me. Then Okada arrives, and there's kind of a stare down there. But then Swerve Strickland ambushes from behind with a chair. Crowds chant Swerve's house. Swerve calls it buck hunting season.
Nice.
And Omega and Swerve show each other respect. What do you guys think of this segment? Obviously a lot of moving parts here, but a lot of major talent involved in the first segment, so I'm not mad at that.
I'm still pissed off at the pay-per-view. The Bucks, I guess they needed to come back, but now this is just a clusterfuck of stupid. Who knows who's on what side with who? It's just, I don't know. I'm not into it, but hey, whatever makes you happy.
Yeah, the narrative's kind of hard to follow. I will say that. I mean, I don't necessarily even know who we're supposed to think with who. But
yeah, it's bizarre.
It seems like Swerve and Kenny seem cool with each other, but other than that, I don't really know.
I feel like they were just trying to make up for the lackluster end of the pay-per-view and throw everything at the wall and see, hey, you guys like this? You like this? You like this?
Dude,
To see if
totally.
Yeah.
anything made up for it. And I don't think they really got there.
So fucking accurate.
Yeah, they were trying to see what kind of stuck to the wall.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I'm not sure a lot did, but
Only the cuck chair stood out, really.
yeah, I mean Kenny
The
Omega's
cuck chair
promo,
remains dominant.
right? The cuck chair wins every time. Ask JD Vance.
Oh,
Sick
Ru-
burn, LT.
Remember when he said JD Vance that time? That was so funny.
that was.
Fuck off, man. That was like 5 years ago. Get over it.
5 years ago. One of the greatest moments in Awesome Pod history, in my opinion.
Oh my god, let it go. Don't we have a time
Um,
limit? You're gonna spend 10 minutes fucking taking on my JD Vance shit? Fuck off.
We are.
Good priorities.
Yeah, we've prioritized. Pac's taking on Swerve. Since Swerve's already out there, might as well.
Why not? Just throw that at the wall too.
It's kind of a bummer because Pac hurts his leg. Pac's always getting hurt.
I know.
Man, he is fragile like eggs. So he injures his leg on a buckle bomb. You could tell it's serious because the doc is definitely looks actually concerned. Pac gets back in there. He cannot put weight on his legs. So Swerve they rush to a finish. Swerve gets the Swerve stomp. 3.5 minutes. So I'm sure they didn't want that to be a squash. Swerve is like, Young Bucks, I'm not hard to find, blood and guts. So we know where his priority lies. This was I thought they did a pretty good job calling the audible here because Pac was definitely not going to be able to wrestle that match. Any thoughts on this one?
It was like you said, it was a pointless match. There was no reason for it. So that means there was no reason for Pac to get injured. You know what I mean? It just seemed like it was a very stupid match to have someone, have an injury. I don't know. Whatever the fuck. I don't care.
I think they're having Swerve try to take on people that are members of the Death Riders. And Pac, who's like not real active anyways, in singles match, he just can't stay healthy. It's so weird.
He was injury prone when he was in WWE too.
Yeah, completely.
Well, they wanted to take him out, and he sure did.
Yeah, they did it. They did it for real. Backstage, we have this Ricochet, Mortos, Action Andretti, Leo Rush kind of thing. Ricochet is like, I'm team captain, which I mean, it kind of would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, obviously you are.
I think he's right. Mortos, he doesn't say anything, but he does shake his big fat head. Then they go over to Mark Briscoe, Speedball Bailey, Kevin Knight, and Will Ospreay. This is that $400,000 teams thing they're doing. They asked what they would do with $400,000. I love Mark Briscoe's like, diversify my portfolio, because of course that's what he would say. Ospreay says he'd go to Disney World. I'm like, you could go now. You don't need $400,000.
Well, you might need $400,000 now to go to Disney World. Just saying.
I mean, I'm just saying he can afford to go to Disney World. Quit acting so broke. Harley Cameron does her puppet gag, which I think is funny. This is clips of the Owen Hart tournament so far. Then we get right into Hangman confronting Prince Nana. Nana's like, there's something I've been meaning to tell you for a year. He's like, it wasn't, that actually wasn't Swerve's house. You burned down the neighbor's house. He doesn't say that.
I was going to say, I missed that. Holy shit.
He's like, we're actually next door.
Oh my God.
Which I thought would have been hilarious. Hangman cuts him off. He's like, don't say another word.
Yeah.
The tension's heavy here. But I was like, what do you need to tell him?
Yeah, I was like, really?
Come out with it.
Before we move on with the Briscoe thing in his portfolio, he posted a video up on YouTube about him saying, "Look at this! I got $100,000 now, so fruit prices are up, but that doesn't matter. He's out there playing Fruit Ninja in his yard. His kids are throwing fruit at him, and he's got a katana sword. He's cutting stuff in half. Really funny.
That's hilarious. Wasting fruit that could go to a good home.
Maybe it was rotten fruit and he was being productive.
Maybe.
Sure hope
Let's
so.
assume that's the Briscoe way.
I'm gonna assume he's a giver. So we get into this match, the $400,000 thing. Eight people involved in this, 12 minutes. So this obviously they had to condense a lot of this action. Will Ospreay wins with the hidden blade on, of course, the Beast Mortos.
Fucking hell.
He's gonna forever take every loss. Like, it's sad for him.
It's ridiculous.
I thought it was notable that the crowd was so into Speedball Bailey here. Like, he was very over.
Oh my God, seriously.
Yeah, they were loving every minute of it, in the words of Loverboy. Ricochet was playing the heel role very well again. And hey, some people got rich in this match, which is fun. What did you guys think of this one?
I mean, it was what it was. It was just it was a throwaway match to was kind of how I felt. Like, is this $400,000 thing is something that they do? Or is this a new thing? Because I don't remember this happening before.
I think they're just trying to add some stakes.
And they have done, I mean,
they have
400,000, but they've done similar ideas with different amounts of money.
Okay.
Yeah, they have. They've done like the winner gets $100,000, like 3-way before. This might be the most money they've put on like a match that no one really cares that much about. There was literally no stakes. It's like a bunch of random people. So they're like, oh, we need to add something here. It just looks like a weird random match.
Fair
enough. But they're getting $100,000 each doesn't really affect us. So the stakes weren't really very much higher for me.
Yeah.
Right. And also it's like,
does Ospreay go to Disneyland? Let's find out.
It's kayfabe. We know no one's getting $100,000 for this.
See, I'd be
stop it! I wouldn't believe that. They absolutely got $100,000.
I'd be more interested in seeing the Beast Mortos take a trip through Disney World. To be honest, that'd be fun.
Well, he's not going to. Because
I know.
He's a loser.
Yeah.
Hour 2, we do get the announcers recapping FTR attacking Cope. They let us know Cope is out indefinitely. Tony Schiavone's like, just loathsome. Dax's daughter must be so disappointed. Dax's daughter probably doesn't give a shit, let's be honest.
I mean, maybe she hates Cope. Way to go, Dad. He deserved that shit.
Yeah, she was like, awesome concerto, Dad.
Exactly. You don't know what she's thinking.
We loved your work. We should talk about this. What do you guys think about like FTR being bad guys? Because they're really hamming it up, as we'll get to on the collision.
Yeah, I think there's more to say to the collision part, but they're working it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we should talk about it then, because then we can get the whole package about what happened between the two shows, because it's pretty crazy.
They're dicks. All right.
That summarizes it, yes.
So we do get the Hurt Business in-ring promo. MVP like celebrating their win, but then MJF interrupts, claims Tony Khan entered him into the Owen Hart Cup, but he wants to cut in line with the Hurt Business help. I love the Lashes like, we don't need you.
Yes.
They do like an informal survey, a vote. Lash is like, nah. MVP's like, yeah, we'll take you. And then Shelton Benjamin's like, no. Called him Little George Costanza.
Love that. too. It's just so weird because MJF has always been just so like strong and dominant, and this makes him look like a little fucking, I don't know,
Yeah,
loser.
like he's like being a pick me.
Yeah, with why? Why all of a sudden are these your favorite? Like I must be part of the Hurt Syndicate. Why do you give a shit? That's not your MO.
Oh,
Yeah, it
yeah,
does seem off.
desperation, man. But you're right. It's not hitting because it's like MJF would just go and try to do other things on his own. He would never need anybody else. So I don't get it. But this is gonna lead to like a really nasty fight between Lashley and MJF.
Yeah, I mean, I do get that. I don't necessarily like what they're doing with MJF's character here. He should not give this much of a shit.
Yeah, that's true.
But he does seek validation. So it does I mean, he has done that before, but this just seems very try hard for him. I don't like it.
His character arc has completely switched.
Yeah.
And we called him like a comedic relief or whatever before, and that's totally what he feels like, which was never how he was before.
Right. He was
It's
always
just
funny, but it was always like meaningful.
yeah, like it was like scary, like dick funny. This is just like slapsticky goofball.
Right. It's Naked Gun again. Like,
Yeah, it's very strange.
And
I don't like it. Stop it, MJF.
and it's really weird to see that Ricochet can get more heat than MJF now.
yeah,
You know
I
what we
never
need? We
thought I'd
need
see
to
that happening.
we need to bring in a super fan of MJF, Joe Bob, to see how he feels about
Yeah.
this little switcheroo. See if
Good
that
call.
affects him at all.
Yeah,
I
good
think that's
call.
a great idea.
I think that's gonna happen.
Smarten Joe Bob up to the latest in MJF and see what he thinks.
Yep. Is he still your god? Let's find out.
Yeah, do you still bow to him? This is also like, why even give cards out if you're the Hurt Syndicate? Like, you're not letting anybody in.
I know,
That's
right?
a good point.
What's the point? Like, just keep cards in your pocket and move on with your life. Like,
Man, I still like Max Caster. They should have just added him into this instead of the crap that they're doing with him.
yeah, that's actually a good point. I think Max Caster would probably be a better choice.
Yeah.
It does make some sense, and he sure could use the rub.
God, no joke. My God.
It's not going well for old Max Caster at this point. We do have a brief Megan Bain Penelope Ford backstage segment. Megan Bain's like, "I'll make you bow down." I'm like, okay.
No, you won't. You lost your freaking title match. No one cares about it. Like, no one's afraid of you anymore because you've been
You don't
beat.
speak for me. We're bowing. I'm bowing, girl.
Fair enough.
I'm not opposed to bowing down.
I do. Okay, what the fuck with Penelope Ford though? Like, why is this such a thing with them together? It doesn't fit to me. Like, two hot chicks, the end. That's their connection.
Yeah, how'd they become friends? We need
Right.
backstory.
And like, you can be friends, but she's like, they're just being like her fucking crazy, like, I don't know, super fan or something.
I
Just
know,
like
I'm like,
her whole existence now is just to be like, isn't Megan fucking great? Like,
this is
okay.
one of those times where you're like, give us some exposition here.
Yes,
Like,
please,
have
Tony.
a conversation that's like, remember that time that we ran into each other in Honduras? And
Anything, explain it, because they're not two people you would just think of just like randomly hanging out. And then Penelope, wasn't she supposed to be trying to like build her own career back? Why is she suddenly just Megan Bain's bitch? Like, okay.
Also, like, where if you guys are a team, like, coordinate your outfits better.
Exactly. They don't match. That bugs me.
I hate that I care about that, but I'm like,
but they do need to
it
have
just makes
some
sense
kind of
together.
tie-in. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's got to be some like part of mythology, with a Megasis, where there's some kind of way that they could portray Penelope as her like subservient. You know what I mean?
Right, but like Penelope Ford, that's not her like vibe.
Right.
She's like a
She's
brat,
like rocker chick, whatever. But like Megan Bain's all serious with her ever growing helmet thingy, whatever the fuck that is. And it just does not match Penelope and her like hot topic vibe at all.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird. I don't know. You know what? Fuck it. It's a fucking field goal for reasons. They're together. That's what I'm gonna go with.
For reasons.
Well, Tony Khan's MO is just like everything is for reasons. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, he's been booking this whole thing in 2025 for reasons.
We still watch for reasons.
Yeah, I just imagine Tony Khan up at 4 a.m. being like, "Okay, what if we take Penelope Ford and just she's friends with her, you know?" And he's talking to nobody but himself. He's looking.
Can verify this is not unlike how it goes down.
They're like the manatees with the little balls. Like put the random ball. You ever see that episode of South Park where they said Family Guy was written by manatees? They just put little balls into like random tanks, and then they came up with a cutaway. That's kind of like what this is.
Yeah, everything's based on like games of Uno versus himself. They do announce that Billy Starks is taking on Jamie Hayter. I don't know who I would pick for that, but I do know that I would pick Prize Picks.
Nice.
Every damn time. Prize Picks the funnest way to get on the action. We got the NBA playoffs start Wednesday, y'all. Baseball's getting kicked off. Football's right around the corner. And you can basically make these picks on anything. Pitches thrown, strikeouts, 3-point attempts. It doesn't matter. I recently lost a big prize pick by one because I said a guy would get 2 3-point attempts and he took one. Imagine how sad I was. For real, I was sad.
Damn.
There is an injury insurance policy in this thing. If one of your guys or gals gets hurt, doesn't matter. It doesn't take you out of the game. It just kind of revises the odds for you. It's a lot of fun. And the best thing about it is if you download Prize Picks, put in our code CCN, you get $50 of credit when you deposit $5 and then place, do your Prize Picks. You don't even have to win. You're still going to get that $50 of credit. Super easy. We want you to play responsibly, but be sure to have fun. It's Prize Picks, y'all. Run your game. Next up, we get Thunder Rosa taking on Chris Statlander. This is a fun match. They gave him 10 minutes. I got to tell you, Toni Storm on commentary, she's a gift.
Oh, God.
We knew. We were not surprised by that.
Yeah, when she said if her and Thunder Rosa were a team, they'd be called Thunder Thighs, I was like, all day, every day. Toni Storm is a goddamn legend at this point. She might be one of my favorite characters of all time. Post-match, Chris Statlander gets the win by BT dubs. Toni Storm stands on the desk applauding. She is impressed with Chris Statlander's work. This is fun. What do you guys think?
I can't complain. I mean, I've always liked Thunder Rosa, and you guys know I'm a huge fan of Chris Statlander.
You're the only person on the planet that loves Thunder Rosa because you didn't watch the show AEW Backstage.
I know. Well, I've seen enough like wrestling backstage to know it's a bad idea to learn about how these people are in real life.
Oh man, here's the thing. They told us Britt Baker was a bitch way back in the day, and we should have believed them.
Oh, I believe them. I didn't question it.
She showed us who she was.
Let's really quickly. That show just fucking was such a bad idea. Like,
oh God,
what
dude,
were they thinking?
I think it set them back.
I do too. Like, I can't unthink about some of the bad stuff we learned on that.
Yeah, I mean, Gringo, you weren't around for this, but like we would cover the show a little bit.
What were we thinking?
Dude, every episode was just like, wow, this is a hostile work environment.
Yeah, and they were using their real names and like their real. No, stop this.
Yeah, they were calling fucking Adam Cole. What's his name? Travis.
It was very weird. I did not
What's
like.
his, I don't even remember, but they were like,
let's go with Travis. I don't give a shit because I'm trying to block it out. He's Adam Cole. Fuck off.
Let's just take a shit all over kayfabe then. Goddamn.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, kayfabe was not even considered.
Wow.
during the show.
So weird. Anyway, just had to remember how terrible that was.
Wrestling and reality TV, that shit doesn't mix, man. Like,
well, Total Divas.
I know. I was gonna say it depends how you do it.
The Cody Rhodes one wasn't bad, but
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Him and Eric Bischoff having a beer. Very strange. Don Callis family's backstage. At one point, Don Callis says, "Our boys are hot, oiled up, and heading to the finals." I'm like, the finals of what? It's like this. Well, where are they going? The fucking strip club? This is very strange.
The Blue Oyster Bar.
Yeah. All right. So we also get because we're supposed to be hurrying. We also get Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong, and they've changed their name.
Okay.
They are now the Paragon.
I don't enjoy that.
What the
dude? It sucks. Like, what are we? Okay, and then
we got the Opps, we got the Paragon. Fucking shit, man.
For reasons.
And Travis can't let it go. He's like, that is undisputed.
Travis.
Oh Lord, I know. Oh,
I'm like, if you're gonna change your name, let's stop fucking referring to undisputed, bro.
That's like, undisputed.
You're making it more confusing. Stop.
Yeah, I know.
What are you doing? What a fucking doof. Anywho. He just needs to. He loves that word. He's like, era undisputed. We need to say something like that, dude. Get over it. You're the Paragon now, bitch. Chris Jericho loses his fucking mind in this next segment. He's pissed. Big Bill's like stands up for himself. He's like, I didn't sign up to be your punching bag. Jericho takes his bat and he just destroys the TV screen. And he's like, I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in you. Yeah. And then he destroys the TV, like I said. And he's like, maybe I should leave. Let you guys figure it out yourself. He bounces out. This segment definitely felt like, Chris Jericho's going on tour with Fozzy, and he's not going to be around for a while. He is. He's going on tour.
That has nothing to do with it.
He's going to be
organic thing that happened.
He's going to be in my hometown of Roseville, which 10 minutes from my house. Definitely
nice.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, I've already put a bug in his ear about the guest list on that one. What do you guys think of this segment? I thought very well done. But what is the future of Chris Jericho here? Is the question. I know. I read online that his contract is coming up. I don't know what the future of Chris Jericho is. I would be sad not to see him, to be honest. I think despite his the divisiveness of his character at this point, I think he adds to this AEW show, and I think they're going to miss him more than they think.
Agreed.
Well, I think they know they would miss him. I think they're trying very hard to keep him happy, but we'll see how it goes. I think this little segment was insane. Like, he looked so intense. It was scary, honestly.
It looked like he was getting out some of his frustration.
Yes, it did.
on TV, which
I'm disappointed, Tony Khan.
A little method acting.
Do better.
For Chris Jericho.
For reasons.
Exactly.
I'm mad for reasons.
It was really, really good, though.
Yeah, it was really intense.
Like, I was shook. Like, it kind of took me out of the rest of it, but like in a good way, just in a disturbed, like, I can't stop thinking about that moment way.
Yeah, and boy, the clip sure went viral online. A lot of people talking about it. So it was.
Did the internet love it?
I think they're just confused.
Why? That he's upset?
Well, I think that they don't. There's a lot of people that don't understand whether or not this is real. There's a lot of people that are saying it's all for story. There's some people that are saying he's legit pissed. Like it's there. A lot of
I
people
feel
just
like all of the above can be true.
yeah. I mean, yeah, but
Yeah.
it's like it's personally. I think for a narrative wise, it was nice for him to. It was really nice for Big Bill to finally come out and say, "Hey, we're not your fucking punching bag," and Brian agrees, and Jericho's like, listen, I didn't fucking invite you guys and ask you guys to be in the learning tree if I didn't believe in you. You're both amazing and have all these qualities. I think that was all real. I mean, I think a lot of people are just, I don't know. It's the reasons thing. People are like, why are they doing this? For reasons. And I don't know. I loved it. I thought it was great.
I mean, if you're going just by storyline, I feel like it makes total sense.
It does make sense.
Yeah, storyline, yes, but I think that there was that weird like across the line of reality and not, you know what I mean, where people are just like, what's going
Well,
on
I
here?
think that's perfect because everything else is such nonsense that at least something deep is here.
Yeah, they definitely had people talking, which
Yeah.
I think's the point. So
I gotta say one thing about Big Bill. So he has this like stilted, slow way of talking that I thought was kind of a learning tree gimmick where he was trying to be like a suck up, but he talked that same way when he was like having the showdown with Chris. So is that just how he talks?
maybe that I think he's a guy that is still kind of finding his way on the mic, but everything does seem like he just read a daily.
So it worked when he was supposed to just be this like weird like brainwashed kind of guy, but when he was like I'm standing up for myself and he still sounded like that, I was like I don't know how to process this.
Yeah, I definitely kind of agree with you. It doesn't come off supernatural, but
he's still learning.
He's well now he doesn't even have the learning tree to tell him.
Maybe he does. He'll bring him back
Yeah.
after he makes him proud. After in May when the tour's over.
Make him proud, Bill and Brian.
You have until May.
Right. Anthony Bowens is backstage. There's a little package about him talking about taking on Blake Christian at Collision. They also announced FTR Takeshita versus. I love that FTR and Takeshita, they're friends now. Taking on Brody King. Our FTR is going to be on Collision. Takeshita is taking on Brody King. Jamie Hayter is taking on Billy Starks. Definitely not Ricky Starks.
Yeah.
Backstage, we got Hurt Business again. They just can't let it go. They're like, we don't need him. I'm like, yeah, we just told you that. And then MGF enters, and he's like, do I look like a female dog to you?
Kind of.
MVP's like, your reputation precedes you. Basically calling him a bitch. I'm like, hey, man, you're the one that said yes. Jericho, we got more Jericho. He's smashing trays, gets in an SUV, and they take off. So he's, in case we were wondering, he really is leaving. He wasn't just bullshit. He just did just walk to catering. We have the main event. Hook and Samoa Joe taking on Claudio and Yuta. Another controversial thing because Hook pukes in the ring, which never a good thing. Hook ends up tapping out Yuta with the red rum. Joe's kind of containing Claudio. Mox tries to interfere, but Shibata, who lost at this point 2 hours ago, cuts him off. Marina Shafir blasts Samoa Joe in the leg with a chair. Hook gets attacked more. Samoa Joe says, you cowardly sons of bitches. And then Joe demands a trios titles match. That ends the episode of Dynamite. A lot of stuff happened in this match or in this show. Very quotable. So many things. Thunder thighs. Even we didn't even mention it, but at one point when the Bucks came out, Nick Jackson told the crowd to shut the fuck up. This was an episode that had a lot of things happen. Paragon So many things.
It's true, but we are on a timer, so let's get to Collision, baby.
Collision. Let's run through it. Should we rate or Dynamite?
Let's do a collective rating at the end.
A collective rating.
I don't think that works. Let's rate Dynamite, and then we'll do collective awards.
What should we rate it on? Maybe Thunder Thighs.
That works.
I feel like it has to be something to Chris in case it's his last one for a while.
Yeah, we'll let's we could call it how many Fozzy tour dates.
Yeah.
Are we
nice?
How dare you? But yes, I'll take it.
How many Fozzy tour dates are you gonna give this one, Diana?
I'm gonna go 4.5 Fozzy tour dates.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was actually a good episode. I'm gonna go 4.25 Fozzy tour dates.
I'll say that the Learning Tree segment gave it the half because it was just so fucking out there. It was amazing. So a little extra bump there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll bump mine up to 4. I think 4 Fozzy tour dates is the way to go for me.
I love how serious you said it. It's definitely 4 Fozzy tour dates.
I think they have more tour dates actually. Go check it on FozzyRock.com.
Look at you. Good job.
Nice plug.
They're gonna be at Goldfields in Roseville. If you're around, I'll be there.
I'll be at a few of them. Woo!
I don't think we'll scissor that much, but go ahead and give me a high five.
I always scissor, so
if
you
you're
see
out
me
there.
at Fozzy, it comes scissor me.
Diana, famous for scissoring.
You have no idea.
Oh, I think I do.
I feel like you don't, though. Anyway, go ahead.
We get a classic Collision opening. Saturday night's all right for fighting, guys, and there's going to be some fighting. They do mention the Pac is really hurt, and Shivani announces that Moxley will be subbing for the injured Pac in the upcoming title defense on Dynamite. So more Moxley, you guys. We start the show off with FTR, all wearing all black, so you know they're heels now.
Right.
And heels wear black. Cash Wheeler, I love that Cash Wheeler claims that attacking Cope wasn't premeditated. I'm like, sure it wasn't. He does say that Copeland was holding them back. I don't know if I buy that.
No.
Dax is like, the crowd should be thanking us for what we did, and there's part of the crowd I think that did.
Yeah, there was some cheering going on there.
Yeah, Tony Schiavone is like, you guys are dicks. Like, I can't believe you did that. Then Schiavone mentions Dax's daughter. Dax is like, don't bring up my kid. Then they actually set Tony Schiavone up for a spike pile driver, and Nigel McGuinness is all, I can't be working this alone. Like,
that's the only reason.
I need somebody to do play-by-play on this. He comes in. Daniel Garcia runs in. There's temporary tension, but then it ends up in a weird 3-way hug.
It was so weird. Like, all of a sudden, it's like he's their child or something. Like, why are you so protective of Daniel Garcia all of a sudden?
Daniel Garcia definitely has this look on his face like they're about to beat me up, aren't they? But then it doesn't happen. This was good. I thought out of things, like, we've had like a couple week period that a lot of stuff didn't make sense. At least the narrative on this seemed a little bit clear.
A little bit better, yeah.
That's fair, yes.
So has there been a history?
Except for the Garcia thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I was going to say is, has there been like a distinct, like on air, like on TV relationship between FTR and Daniel Garcia that's, like prominent, that we would think that, oh, these guys are buddies when it happens? Because I don't remember any of that.
They were tag team partners, but like it wasn't that deep where they're like, oh no, we dared to strike you, forgive us, Daniel. Like, what the fuck was that shit?
Yeah,
especially in heel mode. It's like very weird.
Yeah. They're not bowing down to the backbone, but they seem like they still want to keep him a friend at this point. But who knows how long that'll last? Probably not that long.
Probably not till the end of the show.
I'd say probably about an hour and a half.
Yeah, I'll say we have about 83 minutes. Toni Storm cuts. I mean, I know I'm kind of like ride her nuts a lot, but this is again incredible. She's basically running down all the Owen Hart tournament competitors. Megan Baines, so much thigh meat, I thought I was being mugged on Thanksgiving.
That was good.
Billy Starks, milk breath, knobby kneed little brat. Harley Cameron, call me Jim Henson. I'll wear you on my wrist to make you sing Rainbow Connection.
That was good. That was good.
Mercedes Money, unfortunate nickname. I'll drain your 401k and you'll have to drink my bathwater. Statlander, my God, what a woman. So she put Statlander over, which I thought she's the only one that does. Jamie Hayter, no money dressing like you're from another era, which very funny. Good shit. And I actually watched that like several times. I thought it was very good.
Quick question about Jamie Hayter though. Wasn't there reports that she's out?
She's not. Apparently, she's not.
Weird.
The dirt sheets were saying she was, and then and then all of a sudden she's back on TV. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Weird.
For reasons. Yeah.
For reasons, baby. Jamie Hayter, speak of the devil, she's taking on Billy Starks. And Jamie Hayter gets the win, but boy, they gave them 19 minutes.
Yeah.
This was the longest women's match in Collision history.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Wow. Weird.
Jamie Hayter gets the Haterade to seal the deal. They at one point got a "This is awesome" chant, which I thought was amazing.
Okay, I was gonna point that out though. I feel like this crowd was easily impressed because they like every other match was "This is awesome."
Yeah, they were just really happy to be there.
They were very excited to be there.
Hey, good for them.
A night out is awesome.
Yeah, there was like, it's been a minute. We finally got babysitters. This was I mean, I'm not gonna front. This was a pretty good match. Was it awesome for all 19 minutes? No. But it was good, and Billy Starks is fucking good.
She is really good. 20 for being 20 years old, not having a lot of I mean, she's been wrestling this since she was like 15.
Yeah, I say she does have a lot of experience.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess when you look at it that way, but not like main event style, like national televised experience. You know what I mean? There's a big difference between experience on the indies and experience on TV. The one thing I thought about this match was the fact Jamie Hayter was pulling some heel shit. I don't know if you guys noticed that. But she was kind of being heelish outside the ring, and I was like, I wonder what this is about.
For reasons.
For reasons, yeah.
Let's talk about this Death Riders video promo. Now, this happens on Collision sometimes. They show Claudio accepting Joe's Trios Challenge, and we're like, yeah, we know. Because Tony Schiavone already announced the match.
Yeah.
Earlier, like that was the first thing he mentioned was that Moxley was I'm just like,
for reasons.
We get it. We
Claudio
know the
has
match.
to talk.
Yeah, we know the match. She's like, no, I'm gonna reiterate. Moxley
I was writing my coffee blog. I did not know they made the announcement.
Yeah, exactly. He wasn't paying attention. Moxley cuts a very cryptic promo. And then Wheeler Yuta the whole time looks like he's just smelling the biggest fart of all time. Match 2. It's not Collision unless we have a squash match. Gates of Agony taking on local talent. Double crucifix powerbomb. That's a complete wipeout.
Local talent.
What'd you guys think of this one?
Literally thought obligatory squash match.
Yeah, I was like,
thought in my head.
Yeah, I was like, whatever.
Had to happen. It is Collision.
Collision loves a squash.
We get FTRs in the parking lot, you guys. Lexi Nair's like, can I have a word?
Okay, and then she runs the fuck away.
Yeah.
It's like, hold on, we have something to say. Okay, you guys talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah,
my recording is done.
Yeah, she ain't sticking around for Cool Hand Ange and Danny Magic interrupting.
It was a strange choice.
I love that they're like, leave Garcia alone. And he's like, if I'm them, I'm like, he came out.
Right.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, he injected himself into this bullshit.
Right. And then FTR's like,
Yeah, and at that point, they were still being super nice to him. They're like, "Oh, my bad, our precious boy."
Right. It's so
completely.
That when you put it that way, like it made no sense. I didn't even think about it that way.
Yeah. And then FTR's like, hey, listen, let's have a match and we'll have Daniel Garcia ringside. Makes
Sounds
sense.
like a good plan.
Yeah. Not a bad plan.
fuck it.
Why not?
We have the very hyped up Anthony Bowens taking on Blake Christian, which they talked about last week. Billy Gunn's out there. This is a fun enough match. Bowens hits the Molly Wop. That's what he calls his running elbow finisher.
I like it.
Yeah, I got to be honest. Bowens had kind of a new move set for this, which he's like breaking away. He's like, "This is my singles wrestling shit that I do."
He just said it just like that.
Bowens at one point after the match is like, "Who's the next to get Molly Whopped?" He's really trying to make it a thing.
It's a thing. I was down.
Anthony Bowens is a 5-tool player, and they made sure that we know that he's a 5-tool player because they were talking about it on the commentary quite a lot. Pretty good match. Any thoughts on this one?
Dude, I Blake Christian's, as weird as that guy is, like he is so damn good. Like any match I've seen him in, either on Ring of Honor or in AEW so far, he's really good. He keeps up with everybody. He's got a really cool moveset. He's like, I don't understand why Lee Johnson's out there really, because he doesn't do much, but like I think he might be, and he loses all the time, so maybe he's taking over for Beast Mordos. But this match was really good, man. I was impressed. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Blake Christian is getting some TV time, and he deserves it. He is good. He is taking the jobber for the stars kind of role.
Yeah,
but that builds him up, you know.
Yeah, he's on TV. He's got to be loving that.
We know him. That guy.
It's that guy. This is we have a handicap match. I think we don't call it that anymore. That's a 2-on-1. Megan Bain taking on LFK and Kelly Madden. If you're wondering who LFK and Kelly Madden are, yeah, that makes sense that you would wonder that.
Wait, they said what it noises. It's what they said what it stood for, like little fucking Kelly or something.
Little fucking, I don't know.
Do you remember what they said? They said what it stood for.
All I know, she would have had a better match with the BTK. Megan Bain, 2 minutes. It's over. Fate's Descent. Kelly Madden takes it. This is a dominant squash, and then Bain is yelling, "Bow down," over her fallen opponents. That's definitely her thing. Not much to really talk about here other than Megan Bain getting the dominant squash. Owen Hart tournament hype video. We've seen that a couple times. Then we have a 10-minute absolute fucking banger. Kevin Knight taking on AR Fox. I wish they would have gave these guys 15 minutes. This was such a fun match. Kevin Knight gets the win. Springboard lariat. At one point, Fox hits this apron moonsault Spanish fly into a 450 splash. Hella smooth. This was another "This is awesome" chant in this one. And Fox looks great. Kevin Knight's super talented. What'd you guys think of this?
The match was awesome. This Kevin Knight, I'd never really watched him that much before, just in passing, but he's really freaking good. They're pushing him to the moon already. But AR Fox, like, he's kind of like what I'm seeing from Blake Christian and kind of what I see from the Beast Mordos. He loses a lot, but I think that they've got him in there because he is making these other guys look like $1 million. I mean, they're good anyway, but he's making them look good because that's what AR Fox can do. And that's what they used to do with Bret Hart. before he was big. They had him make the other guys they were trying to push look like $1 million, and I think that's what he does, and this match showed that.
Yeah, super fun. Diana, did you have any thoughts on this?
Nah, you guys covered it. It was cute.
It was cute.
It was adorable.
FTR's taking on Daddy Magic and Cool Hand Ange with Daniel Garcia. This is actually a very quick squash. FTR wins in 3 minutes. It's funny that they gave, the Billy Starks and Jamie Hayter match 6 times as much time as this one.
Well, this is a super unplanned impromptu one, so I get it.
Yeah, and then this is basically a vehicle so that FTR can be dicks.
Yeah.
Because they absolutely ambush Daniel Garcia. 2 spike pile drivers, 2 of them. At this point, Adam Cole, Strong, and O'Reilly, that's the Paragon. And they are undisputed.
Nice.
They come out and make the save. Cash Wheeler mocks Daniel Garcia's dance. And this is basically just ruthless FTR shit. Were you guys surprised that they attacked Daniel Garcia? I was not.
No, I wasn't at all. I smelled that shit coming a mile away.
I thought it would take a little bit longer after the super big my boy moment they had, It's like maybe, an episode or 2 down the line. But they sped that shit up for reasons.
They paid it off for reasons.
Yeah, I think what we're getting here is we're gonna get a tag match at probably Double or Nothing with FTR against Daniel Garcia and Adam Cole. But I think we'll probably get Dynamite
for reasons.
Yeah, and I think the Dynamite before, or maybe next week or something, we're gonna get FTR against O'Reilly and Roddy, and to kind of build up to it.
Well, it's just another 4 reasons thing. It's like Daniel Garcia and Adam Cole were fighting last week.
I know, but they had
now they're
respect
besties
for each other.
Apparently,
the respect,
so much respect.
The respect factor was huge.
So much reasoning
coming from the guy who fucked MJF. Like, now we can trust him with everybody's.
For reasons.
Yeah,
we got to call this episode for
That's
reasons.
gonna be my next fucking chest sign.
That's what I was gonna say. We should rate it on. Rate it on for reasons.
Sold.
Next up, we get Athena taking on Harley Cameron. This is Owen Hart tournament round number 1.
Yeah, no, I was shocked by the outcome here.
No, this is a thing. I wish they wouldn't have put Harley Cameron with Athena.
I know, it's ridiculous.
Let's tease Harley Cameron having the upset tournament win. That would have made way more sense, I think.
Harley Cameron, Billy Starks would have made sense,
Exactly. Instead, it's Athena. She gets that O-face top rope finisher. Harley did hold her own. They gave Harley a lot of offense in this. She got some roll-ups, an enziguri. She even hit a pump handle suplex. She even nearly gets the win with the kind of soul food counter combos, but this was predictable.
She got super manhandled too, though. Even though she did get some shit in, she got fucking thrown around like a little puppet herself.
Athena's such a beast.
Totally.
That's what I was going to say. She's freaking crazy.
So it was predictable, but I still would have loved Harley to get out of the first round at least. But she's not with that matchup. You guys have thoughts on this one? We could sniff this one coming.
Yeah, it is what it was. I agree with you guys. I think we should have seen Harley and Billy Starks. I think that would have been a really good match, and eventually leading to like Athena and
whoever
Billy Starks. I think that would have been a good match. But like the Jamie Hayter variable in this tournament bothers me because I don't care. That's my problem. I just don't give a shit about Jamie Hayter. I'm sorry.
No, I'm on the other side. I like her. I'm cool.
I like her. I just don't care about her in this tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care about the tournament.
Okay, well,
honestly,
that's fair.
Yeah, and I talked to Gringo a little bit off camera or off mic. about this is kind of the least into the Owen Hart tournament I've been. Like
it feels like it happens every other day. Like it hasn't been a year because it doesn't feel like it.
Well, they have tournaments all the freaking time. So
Right.
Sometimes they get confusing, like which tournament is which. You know,
I feel like we're always in the middle of some kind of tournament.
It's a really
For
reasons.
This is gonna piss people off, but it's a really, really cheap, fucking easy way for a narrative. It's like it takes no fucking skill at all to just say, let's put them in a tournament, and then itself.
That's exactly it. And Tony loves the tournament because he still gets his. It's just about the wrestling thing with a little bit of a kind of a story.
And you don't have to write it.
No,
you know, all you have to do is figure out who's winning.
You could put these fucking people's names in a hat and pick it, and then you can just write a narrative around that. Like it doesn't take any planning at all. It's
lazy give me shit. One big tournament, maybe I'll give a shit. But when you give me a tournament every other day, I don't care.
Well, I talked to Johnny about this, and I think you were here for this too. These tournaments, they should be on one fucking pay-per-view. Make the pay-per-view tournament, because a tournament doesn't mean shit unless you're winning 3 times in one night.
Also, it's like it's way more difficult to follow it when it's on so many different episodes of television.
Exactly.
Fair. And why does Hangman have a wild card?
Well, we're gonna see.
It's Josh Alexander, guys. I know it already.
Yeah, it probably is.
But isn't it early to have it be like the wild card already? Like shouldn't you have other people first or something? I don't know. It just seems weird the way they're doing it.
They did the same thing with Speedball. They made a wild card for Orange Cassidy, and they threw Speedball in there, or whatever, or whoever it was. I can't remember, but yeah.
All the more reason not to do it.
That was for this tournament. That seems like they did that a month ago.
I know it was for this.
No, that was for the Kenny Omega shot.
Oh god.
Oh yeah.
I can't keep up.
Yeah,
like
that's the problem.
Mercedes Money is backstage. She's like, the best woman will win, and I'm the best woman. Okay, we know.
Next.
We're at the main event, and it's Takeshita taking on Brody King. Again, this is a tournament match. These guys have history. This is a great ass match. Takeshita gets the win, so Brody King's out in the first round. Again, a bummer. He's another guy that like I would have loved them to tease that he has a chance, but they did not. So anywho, pretty good match. Brody King's super over as a babyface in this thing. But Takeshita gets the win. After the match, he admires the Owen Hart tournament trophy. He's like looking at it like, I want you.
Yeah, right. Takeshita doesn't give a shit.
He doesn't care that much. But this is good, and commentary team hypes up Spring Break through Dynamite, basically for continuation, I think, for reasons. That's the end of this collision. Good match. What did you guys think of the main event?
Yeah, it was fine.
It was fine.
It was what I expected. It was both those guys are good workers, and it's really, really fun to watch them. But I knew what was going to happen, so it's like, okay, sure.
A random note: Julia Hart and her kind of civvies took me back a little bit.
Yeah,
like she was evil because it was black, I guess. But I'm used to her having the whole full get up, and she's just like, I'm chilling.
Yeah, maybe
she was casual Saturday.
Yes, exactly.
But this was an episode of Collision, you guys.
It was that.
Let's rate Collision. But we got to say, Collision has been brought to you this week. Our recap of Collision by Mando. Sometimes you stink. It happens. It's your pits
for reasons.
Yeah, for reasons. Hopefully they're good reasons.
Like this tournament.
Yeah, I bet these guys were sweaty. The Grundle area gets a little weird, but don't fear. You can fix it all with Mando. Mando has a starter kit where you get a cream deodorant and a stick deodorant. And then you get 2 choices. They have this great soap that I love. They got a spray, which is like my go-to. There's also these wipes if you're on the go and you need to like give yourself a quick scrubby scrub. It all smells great. They have this bourbon and leather smell on some of them that I think is awesome. Makes you smell like a man. Mando, it's pretty easy. If you put in our code AEW at mandoshop.com, that's MANDOSHOP.com, you will save $5, which ends up being about 40% off of your whole purchase. It's super effective. I like it because it's not just like I'm going to be covered for 4 hours. These are 24 to 72 hours. You're going to smell good. Again, you go to mandoshop.com. That's MANDOSHOP.com. Put in our code AW, save $5, and fight the revolution against swamp ass. What did we decide we were going to rate these episodes on?
On reasons.
How many reasons are we going to give this collision?
Ooh.
Gringo, what do you think?
I'll give it 3.
Going with a 3.
Yeah.
For reasons.
Yeah, for reasons.
I'm gonna give it 3.5 for reasons.
I'm gonna go with 3 3/4 for reasons, and the reasons is I actually liked a couple of these matches. Kevin Knight, AR Fox, I enjoyed. Takeshita and Brody King, I liked, and I even liked the Bowens Blake Christian match. And then they gave Jamie Hayter and Billy Starks 1,000,000 minutes, so I thought from a wrestling standpoint it was pretty good. I liked the FTR stuff. So 3 3/4 for me.
Nice.
Cool. Y'all want to do some awards? You got time?
Yeah, let's give out awards.
All right. Who is our John Holmes biggest dick of the week? You can pick from either show.
It's got to be FTR.
Oh, yeah.
FTR. I thought maybe somebody got Jericho, but it's FTR for sure.
Nah, Jericho had his reasons.
Yeah.
I know, right? That's why I was going to argue, but cool. Glad I don't have to.
He could be a hero of the week.
I was going to say, who is our Dewey Riley hero of the week? Is it Jericho?
I'm going to break format. I am going to go with Jericho. You know, sometimes you're mad as hell and you don't want to take it anymore.
And he's standing up for what he fucking thinks. You know what I mean?
You know, he made the show fucking interesting.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
All right, Jericho's a hero by beating up the TV. Love that.
Yep.
Fuck that TV.
For reasons.
Yeah.
And then Freddie versus Jason match or showdown of the week. Either show, who you got?
Yeah, this is a toughie.
Yeah, it's tough because we're looking back at so many matches.
I know. But then also there's some just good showdown show, including the Learning Tree moment.
The Learning Tree showdown was definitely part of it.
Yeah, this is a rough one. God. Yeah, because there's just so much.
I hate to do it because I'm such a Jericho mark, but it's what stood out with me the most. Like as I'm scanning back in my mind, none of the matches, there were some good ones in there, but none of them like stuck with me. But the fucking Learning Tree segment was just like haunting. Like it's still with me a week and a half later, however long it's been.
I think you're right. There was a lot of solid matches, but nothing that blew my mind.
Right, exactly. But that actually did blow my mind. So that's what I'm going with.
Yeah, I hate to just fall in line here, but I'm going to go with the Learning Tree.
Wait,
segment.
Was that a Fozzy reference?
Maybe.
Was that an accidental Fozzy reference? That's their new single.
In case you're wondering, the new single, Fall in Line.
Did you know that?
Yeah, of course I knew that.
Well, good for you. That's a good reference.
I'm incredible.
You are. Gringo, who's your hero?
I'm with you guys.
Is it Johnny for that reference?
It should be because that was pretty fucking clever. I got to go with the Jericho segment too because like with you guys, there wasn't anything to just grab. Their matches were good. They just weren't like I wouldn't like. Oh man, this is fucking spectacular.
You could give it to Toni for her.
Oh, Toni.
Presence
yeah,
all over the place.
Amazing. Yes.
Yeah.
Her showdown against boringness.
Her showdown against reasons.
Against mediocrity.
Yeah, for real.
No, I think the Jericho segment probably it's the same with me. It stuck out more than anything else.
Well, awesome. We did it, y'all.
We did it.
And you got 1 minute, Johnny.
I got 1 minute. Let's go ahead. What are we promoting this week?
I don't remember all my shit, so just check my Instagram. I'll update there.
Check
Fair enough.
Diana Prince XO on Insta.
Gringo, what about you?
Well, we have my episode of Fantastico Disaster Theater with Diana Prince. That's up on Troma now right now. And extra shit, I get to go speak at a university tomorrow. So that's going to be fun.
That's fun.
Get to
What are you
talk to my
talking about?
I got to talk to my old
Filmmaking?
film. Yeah, they wanted me to come and talk to them about filmmaking and teach the kids about just freelance and all that other cool shit. So
The
I'm doing
learning
that.
tree.
Exactly.
I love that. That's awesome. You guys, I'm headlining the Best of San Francisco comedy show in Walnut Creek, California. That's this Friday. Come out. It's in a big, beautiful, it's in the Lesher Theater. And it will be a lot of fun. I think there's only limited tickets available. So come see me. It'll be fun. And then I have a lot of other dates. Too many to talk about in such a short amount of time. All right, you guys.
We'll be back. We'll update that.
We'll be back. We'll be back. You guys, that was a super episode of the Awesome Pod covering 2 episodes. And I think there's only one way to end it, and that's by saying Namaste, W.
Namaste, W.
Namaste, W.